Hello there. This is BizDev Don with Forget How Coaching. Welcome to my channel, and I hope this brief introduction video finds you and yours doing well during these crazy times. Now, just to start with, you may be asking yourself about the name of my channel. I mean, what the heck do we mean by forget how? That doesn't make any sense. But if you're asking that, then my response is, I'm so glad you asked. Essentially, it's this. Most of us get hung up on how we're going to accomplish something. We think, how am I going to pay the mortgage? How am I going to start a business? How am I going to get that degree? How am I going to be able to buy a home? Or maybe it's, how am I going to get through today when I'm so lonely or depressed? How? How am I going to accomplish this or achieve that? How? The fact of the matter is, how is not really the issue, so don't stay stuck on asking how. Forget it. Forget the how question altogether, at least for now. Why? Because if the how was available right now, you wouldn't be asking the question. You wouldn't be stuck there. Instead, we start with what, why, and when. Now I'll bet you $1 million that you don't have a really clearly defined what. And if you do, then you probably don't have a clearly defined why or when. Now maybe you think that sounds silly. Of course I know what I want. I want a new car. I want to buy a home. I want to start a business. I want to save for retirement. I want to finish college. Whatever. How clearly defined is your what? Most of us have vague goals, which is the reason we get vague results. As you're developing your what, you also need to take a deep dive into why. What's the reason for what you want? Why is it important? What is your intent, your motivation? Again, most of us have a relatively vague understanding of our own why. And lastly, when. Most of us don't dare establish a when until we have the how in hand, which means the when is, well, someday maybe, if everything works out. So you see, the how of things doesn't really matter if you don't know what and why and when. And when you do have those things very, very clear, the how tends to show up. The how might actually be right in front of you, but you don't see it and couldn't utilize it if you did because you don't know what, why, and when. Now, we'll dig into this in more detail in upcoming videos. On this channel, we'll also be discussing sales and business development and explore specific strategies and techniques to be more successful in that realm. So stay tuned for that. But most importantly on this channel, we'll be talking about mental health. Anxiety, depression, and addiction are real. I know this from personal experience. The last 2 years of a global pandemic and widespread isolation have caused us all to kind of peel back the curtain on mental health. Coping can be difficult, but it can be done. And there are specific strategies, not tragedies, there are specific strategies that can help you to cope better. And we'll also have some interviews with some folks who are not only knowledgeable, but also inspirational. I'm very excited to bring some of that to you. Now, that may seem like a random group of unrelated topics, but really everything we'll be talking about here is designed to help you create a more satisfying and abundant life. And that means both personal and professional development. So, in conclusion, if any of those topics catch your interest, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that famous notification bell so you know when new material is released. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I look forward to getting better with you.